And part of it is they've lost their own inner power because of that. And your inner power is taking it back and doing something about that. Fear and shame can be coupled emotions that align with the trauma memory from your past. So in addition to the fear, you've got the shame attached to it too. And shame is something where, in learning the difference between guilt and shame, guilt is you are sorry for an action that happened, where shame is, I am a bad person because of the action. And you take on the negativity from that too. Not that you are a loving being who happens to have an experience that happens, so that's where shame can add to it to create more trauma. Living consciously or unconsciously in fear can constrict your flow of light to yourself. The light is your connection to the divine, to God, to the universe, whatever is your higher power, but it is your light. And if you've got the fear, it is like having a wall up, so that light can't make it through. So understanding that when you move that fear out of the way, you're open to the light, open to the guidance. Fear can hold you in a place of safety, and a lot of people do that, and you live your life being risk adverse, thereby not growing or evolving. And a lot of people do that. They live a safe life, and you know, I did that for a long time. I had a safe job, a safe marriage, a safe career, and it was really safe. And every time I stretched out to see what was beyond that, I was scared to death, so I stayed safe. Now, what happens, though, when people stay safe is they really are not growing or evolving. They stay the same. So sometimes moving into something that might be risky, whether it might be taking a new educational course, looking for a new job, whatever it might be. And some people stay in the safe, and they're unhappy about it, and they stay there anyways. So there's a piece about fear that can hold you back in that place. We're living a life where you don't grow or evolve, you don't live your life to its fullest. There's so much in our lives, there's so much that we have that we can do as humans, and it's really up to us to be able to find that joy and happiness. And you can live your life in a self-induced box. That was, I think, where I put myself was in a safe little box. In fact, there was the Steve Chandler book called The Story of You, Mark. I don't know if you remember that one. I mean, and that's what it is. You live the life that somebody else wants you to lead. And that happens. That can happen in family businesses. Where, you grow up, you learn the trade, and you do what your family does, and it's a safe little box. So, and it takes a lot of courage to be able to step out of those boxes. So, we are going to move into our first activity. These are, I'm creating a new word for these. These are called self sheets. Because it's all about self. I don't want to call them fun sheets, because sometimes it's not so fun, but it's about you. So our first handout here, I'm going to read through it, and I'm going to give you guys some quiet time to look at this, because I know you perhaps already have in your mind what might be in your life about fear, what might be holding you back. And perhaps you already read through the handout and you have another inclination of what to look at, either one. So we're going to read through it, and I'm going to give you guys some quiet time to be able to look closely at this and to really go inside your inner wisdom. So, let's see here. A deep look at your relationship with fear. Fear can manifest in your life in many different ways. Sorry, Carolyn, I did not have you prove this one. So. By the way, Carolyn's my new prover, so if I give it to you. Thank you. Its core purpose is to keep you safe and secure, which is a very primal characteristic of our human nature. However, when deeply rooted in your consciousness, fear can hold you back from living your life to its fullest. Below are some introspective questions to ask yourself in looking at your relationship with fear in your life. Number 1, what do you secretly fear in your life? Number 2, what is the worst case scenario in this situation? Number 3, what is a far worse situation than your worst case scenario? Puts it in perspective.
Possible?
And it might be looking at something else that, that has nothing to do with what your fear is about, too. Number 4, how will you lose power, influence, or control in your life if fear continues to manifest itself in your life? Number 5, what do you secretly wish was true about your situation? And number 6, what would be your dream situation, your dream solution for your situation? And number 7, are you open to having a dialogue with your fear to help support you in manifesting your dream solution? So So I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. I'll kind of keep an eye on where everybody's at. So when you're done, just kind of put your pen down.